Just finished up some very important projects, and we're looking for the next. So there's this whole neighborhood I've been wanting to check out. I'm hoping we get lucky today.
What do you think when discovering that the most powerful man at the Count's Customs custom car shop was once betrayed by his very own right-hand man, who secretly hollowed out tens of thousands of dollars in the shadows? While the entire world believed that he was enjoying a wealthy life, very few people knew that behind the scenes lay lawsuits, terrifying betrayals, and malicious rumors. Why did a brand that once stirred up a storm suddenly vanish? And what shocking truth is being carefully concealed behind that rugged exterior? Let us open up each page of the darkest files about the Las Vegas car customizer right now.
Check this out, boss.
Dude. The boss, you're going to get some action. The boys called me out for a burnout contest. They got themselves a contest. It's on between me and George. Let's do this.
In 2014, just 2 years after the television series Counting Cars officially debuted, to audiences, Danny Koker's Count's Customs empire began to become entangled in legal troubles and internal disruptions when the spotlight started attracting public scrutiny. According to records documented from the Courthouse News Agency, a couple living in Las Vegas filed a lawsuit against Koker's custom shop after they brought a 1967 Ford Mustang vehicle here for restoration with the expectation that the car would appear on national television waves. In the complaint document submitted to the court, the plaintiffs stated that they had paid a large cost amount, but execution progress was unusually delayed, and even restoration work had almost no practical progress. Furthermore, the car was completely absent from broadcast episodes like what they had once expected and initially agreed upon. When customers demanded an explanation and a refund because they felt their rights were violated, the shop side failed to offer a satisfactory resolution plan. This lawsuit instantly attracted major attention from local media, creating the first ripple in the long-standing reputation that Danny Koker had painstakingly built for his brand. On the contrary, the biggest crisis, and the one carrying the most profound destructive nature toward the company's internal operations, came from a completely different event. According to investigative documents and legal reports widely published across media outlets around 2015 to 2018, the custom shop sank into a severe financial crisis. Specifically, the former chief accountant cum financial manager of the shop, Joseph Frontiera, was discovered abusing trust to embezzle an amount of money reaching up to around $75 USD from company funds in order to serve completely unauthorized personal spending purposes. Functional agencies and lawyers representing the custom shop pointed out a series of sophisticated financial wrongdoing behaviors by this employee, including arbitrarily using company funds to place a deposit to buy a luxury Range Rover vehicle, paying for expensive airplane tickets, and undertaking personal trips. More seriously, this financial manager was also accused of arbitrarily forging signatures of high-ranking members in the leadership board using a rubber stamp to bypass the internal auditing system. The consequences from these wrongdoing behaviors did not stop at the directly lost money amount, but also forced the enterprise to bear a tax penalty amount reaching up to tens of thousands of USD due to financial obligations being neglected over a long period. Faced with serious losses regarding both finances and brand image, Danny Koker decided not to yield, instead officially filing a lawsuit against this former employee in criminal court in 2016. The case dragged on for many consecutive years, with tense litigation battles between the legal teams of both sides, attracting close monitoring from the car-loving public across all of America. Following a series of hearings and a prolonged investigative process, the lawsuit closed in August 2018, when the court issued a ruling forcing the violating former employee to take responsibility for compensating all financial damages to the company. Although the matter had been resolved through legal pathways, the lingering shockwaves left behind from this internal scandal completely changed the operational and management ways of Count's Customs, forcing Koker to tighten financial control procedures even further. In a rare time mentioning the hardships behind the scenes, Danny Koker once poured his heart out regarding a blood-and-bone business lesson. The greatest success does not lie solely in how much money you earn, or how many unique cars you own, but in your need to protect transparency and the people who truly walk together on the same path with you. Overcoming internal shocks and tense legal battles, it seemed as though the talented mechanic could steady his hands at the steering wheel in the commercial arena. Right at that moment, real storms began to bud, when the studio lights suddenly extinguished at the end of 2021, opening up a full of anxiety quiet period and igniting hair-raising rumors that began to encircle the destiny of the Count. Disappearance and rumors. When the 10th season of the reality television program Counting Cars concluded with its final episode airing on December 1, 2021 on the History Channel, a wave of disappointment enveloped the fan community across the world. The production crew's unexpected halting of releasing new episodes without giving any official announcement regarding the future of the series sparked a series of contradictory speculations across cyberspace. The sudden absence of a television brand that had dominated primetime slots for nearly a decade unintentionally created a massive vacuum, facilitating false information to spread at a dizzying speed. Within a short time frame, the internet flooded with malicious rumors directly targeting Danny Koker's life and health. These baseless rumors appeared densely across online platforms, causing not a few loyal viewers to feel worried for the fate of the long-haired mechanic. The deep-rooted cause leading to the health rumors actually stemmed from changes in Koker's appearance during the final years of recording the program. Noticeable weight loss, along with a sharper facial structure due to harsh labor intensity and age, was thoroughly exploited by groups in order to grab clickbait views. On the contrary, close sources and subsequent independent analytical articles quickly extinguished this wave of fake news. Close associates affirmed that Danny completely did not contract any critical illnesses as rumored, sharing about the pressures when facing countless false rumors from public opinion sources close to the custom shop. Once quoted the Counting Cars icon as saying, "Fame always comes accompanied by a price to pay. But the most important thing is that you know what you are doing, and do not let outside nonsense throw your own path off course." Instead of speaking up to argue or participating in useless controversies on social media, Danny Koker chose to remain silent and continued pouring all his dedication into practical work at the Las Vegas car custom shop. The conclusion of the television program did not at all mean that the Count's empire collapsed like what public opinion had once doubted. On the contrary, stepping away from the studio lights helped him shed away part of the pressures from a dense filming schedule to return to the true ego of a handcraft mechanic. Automotive specialized newspaper pages once assessed that Koker's decision to step back behind the scenes during this period was an inevitable step to protect health and maintain originality for the Count's Customs brand. Tourists, when visiting the custom shop, still frequently caught sight of the image of a busy Danny Koker alongside classic car machines, proving that the fire of passion for speed within him had never extinguished, even though there were no longer camera lenses pointing toward him. Leaving behind the string of days facing waves of fake news and toxic rumors across cyberspace, the master mechanic did not fade into oblivion nor surrender to adversity. Instead, a new fire was officially ignited right from the familiar custom shop, preparing for the most earth-shattering comeback in the career of the Count. The comeback with Count's culture. In 2025, after closing the reality television program that once made his name, Danny Koker made fully strategic transformations to reshape his personal empire in the digital era. He officially issued an announcement closing down the operations of the iconic restaurant cum rock bar, Count's Vamped, after 16 years of attachment. The final performance taking place on June 28, 2025, with the appearance of the band Counts 77, left many deep regrets within the hearts of the rock music community in Las Vegas. Sharing about the decision to part ways with this deeply passionate brainchild, Danny Koker once confided with all sincerity, "The emotions inside me are extremely chaotic. I truly love this place and hold a fierce passion for it. But as a businessman, I understand that I am forced to know how to shift gears and change direction to better fit reality." Closing the famous bar was not a step backward, but a move to concentrate full force in order to focus on core media and mechanical projects. The climax of the impressive comeback took place on March 31st, when Danny Koker officially launched a podcast program combined with vodcast named Counts Culture. Filmed live at the Count Core studio, right inside the grounds of the Counts Customs custom shop, this new project immediately attracted strong attention from the online community and global classic car aficionados. No longer limited by the rigid durations of traditional cable television stations, the new program opened up a free-spirited, rustic, and authentic conversation space, true to the quality of an experienced car player. Through Counts Culture, Danny Koker combined perfectly between handmade custom car culture, original rock music, and uncensored dialogues with many famous figures in the entertainment, sports, and mechanical villages. Untold backstage stories, bone and blood lessons behind the process of building a career from two empty hands were conveyed through the natural, captivating guiding style of the custom shop owner. Sharing about the new direction in digital media, the program's production crew once affirmed, "That is entirely not a play or a forced script, but precisely the real person of Danny. The reason why everyone is always ready to accompany him on each leg of the journey." Concurrently with blanketing the brand across major online platforms like YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, the Counts Customs custom shop in Las Vegas still continued to maintain operations as an indispensable pilgrimage destination for car aficionados across the world. The free exhibition space displaying unique car collections alongside renowned muscle machines still opened doors to welcome thousands of tourist visits each week, helping maintain a durable vitality for the brand without needing to rely on lenses of long-form reality television programs. Still, to understand the iron resolve and unyielding will of a living legend right in the heart of Las Vegas today, we must step back in time to his early years. This was where a passion for mechanics and the roaring thunder of engines first sparked from a self-taught boy in humble workshop corners. The beginning of the Count. Born on January 5, 1964, in the city of Cleveland, Ohio State, Daniel Nicholas Koker Thakurdern grew up in the special intersection between music and mechanics. His childhood was tied to continuous relocations between Cleveland and Detroit, a place dubbed the automobile capital of America. His father, Daniel Koker Sr., was a talented music artist who had collaborated with many big names, while also having a period of working directly at the Ford Motor Company. That environment, filled with the roar of engines and rhythmic sounds early on, instilled a special love for roaring power blocks into Danny's mind from a very young age. Without passing through any formal technical training schools, Danny Koker self-taught everything by directly tearing apart and reassembling components with his own two hands. When he was just 8 years old, he was gifted a cruiser bicycle by his father, opening up a chain of days filled with a passion for speed and endless curiosity toward four-wheeled machines. Thanks to his sharpness and natural talent, he gradually accumulated a vast capital of understanding about American muscle car lines, especially classic car generations, bearing the imprint of Detroit. On the other hand, the serendipity that brought Danny Koker to step foot into the entertainment world stemmed from a completely different turning point related to the broadcasting and television field. On July 20th, 1990, a family group led by his father and son acquired an independent television station in Las Vegas named KFBT. Under the management of the Koker family, this broadcasting station quickly created its own imprint, with programs deeply imbued with local identity, among which the most prominent was the broadcasting time slot for cinematic works, carrying mysterious and thriller styles through a program named Saturday Fright at the Movies. Right at the small stage of this television station, the character carrying the nickname Count Cool Rider was officially born, with Danny Koker himself undertaking the role of program host. Sharing about this period in archival documents, many local viewers once recalled childhood memories tied with that unique image through the line of recollection that those were the greatest weekend nights when we were able to watch frames full of haunting magic and hear the unmistakable, captivating storytelling style of the Count. The nickname, the Count, from then on, became attached to every path of his later career, stepping out of the cramped studio space to become a personal brand carrying symbolic stature. When the television station ended its independent broadcasting phase in the late 90s, Danny Koker did not turn away from his core passion at all, but decided to return to the small car custom shop built together by himself and his late father. Right from those small workshop corners soaked in the smell of grease and the sound of power saws echoing every day, the renowned brand Count's customs gradually became more clearly defined. The primitive foundations from the period of working as a broadcaster, combined with solid mechanical craftsmanship, accidentally became the perfect launchpad, bringing a name seemingly tied only to local entertainment programs out into the light, preparing for a more brilliant new chapter on the national small screen. The glory of counting cars. The biggest turning point in Danny Koker's career officially opened on August 13, 2012, the moment when the first episode of the reality television program Counting Cars officially aired on the History Channel. Prior to that, his name began to attract the attention of television producers, thanks to appearances as a proficient car valuation expert in the hit program Pawn Stars. The deep understanding of each classic car line, combined with a strong, personality-filled style featuring the familiar bandana, helped Koker quickly catch the eye of production company Left Field Pictures. They realized that this Las Vegas mechanic possessed a special catalyst powerful enough to keep millions of viewers anchored in front of the small screen. Right from the very first broadcasting seasons, Counting Cars created a fever on a global scale thanks to an authentic and emotionally charged approach to the handmade custom car world. Viewers were not only attracted by the spectacular transformations of classic muscle car lines such as the 1955 Chevrolet Gasser or unique one-of-a-kind chopper motorcycles, but also by the humanistic stories behind each restored vehicle. Sharing about his professional philosophy in an interview with the newspaper Variety, Danny Koker once affirmed that each car stepping out of his custom shop is not purely iron, steel, or engines, but a living entity carrying the dedication and memories of its owner. We are not just restoring a machine, we are resurrecting memories and granting them a second life on the roadways. The intense attraction from the small screen transformed the Count's custom shop from a local repair establishment into a global brand with enormous commercial value. Going through a decade of development with 10 broadcasting seasons and hundreds of episodes filmed continuously, from 2012 to 2021, the program established impressive rating records for the History Channel. Koker's custom shop in Las Vegas immediately became an unmissable pilgrimage destination for any car enthusiast across the world when setting foot in the state of Nevada. Thousands of tourist arrivals poured in here every week just to witness with their own eyes talented craftsmen working and admire the one-of-a-kind car collection displayed on site. Not stopping at the mechanical and television fields, Danny Koker continued expanding his business empire into the music, entertainment, and culinary sectors. In 2009, he launched a restaurant-cum-rock bar named Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill, quickly transforming this place into a leading live performance stage for rock bands in Las Vegas. Concurrently, the passion for music inherited from his late father pushed him to found the rock band Count's 77, holding the role of lead singer and carrying out tours across America, together with other members. The perfect combination of motorcycle custom culture, classic cars, and the 70s rock genre helped Koker build a diverse, sustainable business ecosystem imbued with an unmistakable personal imprint. The brilliant achievements during this period shaped Danny Koker's name as a living symbol of American custom car culture. Looking back at the long journey from a self-taught mechanic until becoming a global symbol of custom car culture, Danny Koker proved that true resilience does not lie in how long the spotlight lasts, but lies in the ability to stand firm against all life storms. With the launch of modern media projects and steadfastness in preserving core values at the custom shop, the Count's empire is still continuing to roll powerfully on new routes, affirming the solid position of a living legend in the heart of the Las Vegas desert city. If you feel impressed by the turbulent and resilient journey of this notorious car player, do not hesitate to leave a like button, share this video to people sharing the same passion and press. Subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the next thrilling backstage stories. Thank you for your companionship, hello, and see you again in the subsequent footage.